date is Wednesday, January the 18th, 2023. I have that it is currently 17:21 hours or 5:21. My name is Dale Strickland, and I'm here at the LaGrange Police Department. I'll be conducting an interview with Sergeant Ley Wynne regarding a complaint of improper behavior that was received that I was directed to conduct an internal review of. The complaint specifically talks about the 2022 supervisor retreat that was held at Banny Mills in Whitesburg, Georgia. The dates on that for reference are Monday, November the 14th, 2022, Tuesday, November the 15th, 2022, and November the 16th, 2022. That's a Wednesday. All right. The first question for you, Sergeant Wynne, is did you participate in the 2022 supervisor retreat in Banny Mills?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you would tell me on that Monday how you traveled to Banny Mills and if anybody traveled with you.
Because I had GPS. But we stopped at a liquor store when we got closer to Banny Mills. Don't remember the name of the street, road. I'm not real good with that area. But we stopped there. Kirby had to use the restroom. Slonica went inside. I FaceTimed my kids in the parking lot. Kavner was in the truck. I didn't purchase anything there. I didn't think I went in the store. And I think Slonica might have got some because he went inside, but I can't remember.
You remember what it was?
Okay. I wouldn't buy anything, so I didn't really pay attention to, what he got. I think he got something because he went inside, but I know Kavner stayed in the truck and I was outside with my kids. So.
All right, and from there?
Went back to Banny Mills.
Okay.
Got back there and I went inside my room and called my wife, talked to her for a little bit, and I know that they usually go out back to the back porch or something. My first year at the supervisor retreat, I chose not to. Not for any reason, just other than I just chose not to. That was my first year, and I really wasn't sure. Kind of trying to fill out the whole process. But I told my wife, I was like, I feel like I need to go out there and just at least hang out with the people, and they don't want to be stuck up or something like that. And she's like, all right, you can go out there. So I did. And I haven't drank alcohol, and I can't tell you when. And Wheeler was like, I got this pumpkin spice. I guess it's like a rum or something. He's like, yo, try it. All right. So I tried it. And I didn't drink probably more than like that much of it. Just because I'm not one that drinks anymore. Not that I ever was one that drank, but yeah, I hadn't had anything to drink in a long time, so I knew just a little bit. But we were all just out there hanging out. It was me. You may tell you who?
Sure.
Me.
You need that as a reference again?
Yeah.
You work for?
A can of something. I didn't really remember what they were drinking.
Did you see multiple sources of alcohol? Was it
So
like
there,
your own, kind of like a bring your own
Yeah,
bag, bottle, whatever?
Yeah, there was a cooler on the ground. I think it was Captain Files. Because I remember him saying something about him having some wine that he made. But I'm not really a wine fan, so. But then there was another cooler on the table. It seemed like there might have been a couple of bottles, but I don't remember what they were, other than the one that Wheeler had, because it looked like a pumpkin.
Okay. Did you note anybody during that time being intoxicated?
Just, how much fun everybody was carrying on. I'm sure people were, but I didn't.
Well, through your experience as an officer, I'll say intoxicated to the point where they would not have been safe driving.
I don't know. I wouldn't think anybody would have been safe to drive. Just knowing.
Based on your observation.
Right, just knowing the level, just knowing, levels of alcohol that you can consume and be DUI. I mean,
Right.
I would not have let anybody drive from around there
All right.
personally, just for safety reasons and the law.
Did you note any odd behavior or behavior that you found to be odd while you were back there?
So I know that at one time, Captain File was sitting in a chair, and Sergeant Knowles, I know that she was sitting like the chair had arms, and from what I remember, just because I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it, it looked like she was sitting like on the arm of the chair, like half on the arm and half, I don't say in his lap, but like she wasn't sitting like in his lap, but she was, maybe on one leg, like part on the arm, part on one of his legs.
Okay. And about how long was she there?
20 minutes. I don't know. I can't. I mean,
Do you remember a conversation that was taking place there, or what? I mean, what was the demeanor of that?
they were talking, but I mean, she was also talking with other people, and but I didn't pay attention to what their conversation was about.
Okay. Did you ever see Captain File's hand up her shirt or on her buttocks area at any time?
So the part about the shirt, I didn't see that. I heard that, because I know I saw them over by the railing at one point.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Tell me what you
They were
observed there?
They were just standing like face to face talking, but I didn't see. I didn't see like his hand or anything. I wasn't paying that much
So,
attention to it.
what did you hear, and what was said with regards to that?
Just that somebody said that he had his hand like on her back, but I didn't hear what their conversation was about.
Okay. Did you find that behavior to be odd or out of character for either one of them?
I mean, I honestly I did. I mean, I didn't. I've never seen that behavior before from Captain File. I mean, known him for as long as I have, and I just have never seen that before. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, kind of did a double check, like, but was more consumed with conversations that I was having with people I work with. It's kind of like one of those things, the elephant in the room, but you couldn't.
Were there other people that made note of that as well, based on your recollection?
I think everybody had to have seen it.
Okay.
They'd have been, blind.
Okay. So you indicated that there was a point in time where she spent somewhere in the neighborhood, and I know this is an estimate of 20 minutes, seated either, based on your description, on the arm of the chair or partially in his lap.
Yeah, because if I was, this would be my lap. She wasn't, that I don't remember her sitting like in his lap.
She was sitting
Like,
edgeways.
Right. Well, kind of like, heck, I don't even remember. I just remember she wasn't sitting like directly in his lap.
Okay. And at some point she got up. And
yes. And I don't remember.
They moved to a different place, or what was first, the lap sitting or the?
Yeah, the lap sitting was
separation.
first, and then I think then she was over there by the railing with him, and then at some point she either wound up sitting beside Sergeant Clower and Sergeant Pritchett. I think that's right. I don't know. I don't think she sat in anybody's lap that I remember. I just remember her now being over here with them.
Okay, so you didn't see her sitting in Sergeant Clower's lap?
She was right there with him. I don't remember if she was in his lap or not. I just remember being in a conversation and then her somehow transitioning to where she was at by Clower and Pritchett. And then I remember at one point she kind of like, I don't say passed out, but I mean, she looked like she was asleep.
Okay. And where was she at when she was asleep or passed out, or where?
I think she was sitting right there on that. I think there's either a bench or some chairs right there. I think she was right there.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
Was she leaning on anyone or back on that? I mean, surely she was not seated upright.
No, man, I don't remember if she leaned over on Clower or Pritchett, but the vibe that I kind of got from Clower at one point when was kind of like, all right, I don't really want to be here. Like, maybe just because how she was, intoxicated and leaning over or whatever.
Okay.
It just seemed like to me he was uncomfortable with it.
All right. Did you note at any time when she left or how she left?
I know that I heard somebody say, and I think I saw Clower and Pritchett said they were going to take her up to her room because I think her room was on the second floor.
Okay.
I think I remember hearing them say they were going to help her get up to her room, so she,
Okay.
so she made it. But that's after they left. I didn't see them again, and it was me and I think Kirby, Jones, and Wheeler, and we were down there for a little bit longer.
When did Captain File leave? Best you can recall.
Before they took her to her room, I think.
Okay.
But I don't remember what time that was.
Okay. All right. So at some point you left.
Yeah, I went back to my room.
While you were there, did you note or did you observe anybody taking photographs or videos of what was taking place out there that night?
I know I took a picture.
What did you take a picture of specifically?
Her and Captain File sitting in the chair. I later deleted it just for the simple fact that
did you show it to anybody out there that night?
if I did, I don't remember who. I mean, like I said, I'll tell you the people I was talking to. So if I showed it to one of them, I don't remember
Who
Wheeler, Kirby, Sloniker. Like I said, I don't remember if I showed it to anybody.
Okay.
But I did take a picture.
When did you delete that picture?
Less than a week after.
Okay. Did you send that picture to anybody, post it on social media,
no.
or did you let anybody view it after that?
Oh, heck no. I deleted it. And honestly, I was like, I don't know. I just, I don't want any part of that to be, like, I deleted it so that it's not even anywhere on my phone or anything.
While you were out on the back deck, did you see anybody there that was not associated with the police department? Any employees of Bandy Mill or any other patrons by chance? So everything that you saw on the back porch was
Just
PD.
us, right.
PD. Okay. Describe for me where that porch is situated. Is it such a manner that anybody could see what was going on back there, or was it somewhat concealed? Or?
I mean, it's so you walk through a breezeway. You got the two sets of motel, whatever rooms they got up there. There's 2 floors. You enter it all from the front, and they all have back patios or whatever. And so you walk through it, and it's in a covered area. And of course, Banning Mills is out in the middle of nowhere. But you'd have to have gone around the back of there. I would imagine you might could hear it if you're like down in the woods. But
were there any conversations that you would have considered to be heated or controversial or argumentative between people while you were out there?
Not that I remember. I remember Jeremy Jones trying to get his point across about something, but it was not like a heated argument. He was just being repetitive.
Did you see Becky in a state where she was crying or
I heard
seated on the ground at any time?
Not that I remember her being on the ground. I remember somebody saying something about her crying, but
do you know what that was about by chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
That was one of those things where, I was like, people would say, "Oh, well, she's crying," and I'm like, I don't know what. I'm not going to go over there and get involved in a conversation. But
could you tell what the source why she was crying? Was it because she was involved in an argument with somebody, or was it just being drunk? Or you couldn't tell. Okay.
I just remember hearing somebody say something about her having been crying, and I don't remember who it was, but I didn't see it. I didn't see her crying.
All right. Did you note anything else on the back porch or any other conversation to be unusual, out of character, odd while you were there?
No.
Okay. All right. And at some point you left, and who did you leave with?
Myself.
Okay.
Well, I think Kirby might have left around the same time I did, but I know the last two that were there was Jones and Wheeler.
Okay. And where did you go?
My room.
Okay. And did you come back out that night? All right. And tell me about Tuesday.
Got up Tuesday. I think we had to be there at 8 for breakfast. Can't remember exactly. But I got down there right before time for breakfast. We ate. We had morning session, lunch, and then in the afternoon session. Okay. Our classroom.
All right. And when you went to breakfast that morning, were there any conversations about what took place the night before? Right. You came back.
Right.
Took it down. Okay. All right. I think I already asked you this. Was any alcohol purchased or provided by the city of LaGrange or the police department during this event?
No.
Okay. All right. Any alcohol that you observed, you indicated was brought or purchased by individual
Correct.
officers there or supervisors.
Correct.
All right. So about at some point you leave there.
Yeah, I left early just for the simple fact that I was kind of tired and just wanted to get back and talk to my family again on the phone. And the reception's not really good in the rooms, so I tried to get back.
Where did you stay in the room? Situated wise, were you in a
Second floor.
cabin or you were in the bunkhouse?
Right,
so to
the
speak?
bunkhouse, the
Okay.
second floor is all I can tell you.
Okay. All right. Was it on the same level as the back porch?
Mm-hmm.
It was above it. Okay.
It was, so if the back porch area was right here, mine was down on this far end, closer to, I guess it'd be kind of in the direction of the main
Training
training area.
Okay. All right. So you went back after the barbecue. When did you come back out of your room?
The next morning.
Okay. And tell me the events of that day.
I think it was Wednesday. Got up, had breakfast. Then we had our agency goals and everything in the training room down there.
Okay.
And then we left probably shortly before noon.
Okay. And how did you get back?
My truck with Lieutenant Kirby and Sergeant Sloniker.
Okay. All right. Did you guys discuss any of the events that took place there at Bandy Mills during that time? Specifically, the behavior on the back porch as you guys were driving back?
I don't remember if we did or not. I'm not going to say we did or we didn't because I don't remember what the conversation was.
Okay. Do you remember seeing anybody else? You indicated you took a single photo, which has been deleted. You did not. Did you see anybody else take a photograph or video or mention that they took a photograph or video or showed you a photograph or a video?
Nobody showed me anything that I remember. I think I remember Cavender saying that he had taken a photo but deleted it. But I don't remember if anybody else had. He's the only one that I remember even hear anything about. I don't know.
Is there any discussion about why you guys took a photograph by chance? Okay. And you're again saying that you did not send a photograph, did not share the photograph with anybody. Do you know if Mark Cavender shared or showed the photograph with anybody?
I have no idea, but I know I didn't.
Okay.
I thought afterwards I was like, just need to delete it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that I've not asked you or any information you have that you think I need to know as a part of this internal review?
No, not that I can think of. I think you covered everything that happened.
Okay. All right. This concludes this interview. Today's date is still January the 18th, Wednesday, January the 18th, and I have that it is currently 5:54 p.m. or 17:54 hours. All right. Thank you, Sergeant Wynne.